Hello, this is Victor bringing here a new book review, and this time we are going to make a look to the Codex Aeldari. So this has been a change versus 8th edition and previous edition. So in this book we have all the Aeldari except the Dvukari. Okay, so we have here as well Corsairs, and we have inside here the Harlequins, the full Harlequins Codex. It's in here. So it's like two codexes of 8th editions put in one big codex called the Aeldari. Okay, so it's quite a thick book. It's maybe as thick as the Space Marines. It's almost 200 pages. Okay, so it's one of the thickest codexes. What is good, because then we have here a lot of information, and we have here we don't need to buy two codexes, right? We have everything in one. If we want to play with Aeldari as well, with Aeldari, with the Harlequins. So we are going to have the first 50 pages about the background of the Aeldari. We are going to have some pages about a showcase. You can see it's quite a lot, from the 58 to 80, so it's about 20 pages of showcase. And then at the end we will have 80 from the 80 to the 200. We are going to have all the rules, okay? And here you see we are going to have rules for match play, for Crusade, and for the craft walls, and as well for the Harlequins and Corsairs. So again, we have really nice artworks. We are going to see some new artwork here, and I will say that the presentation of the book is really nice. Okay, so they also have some artwork. I love this one, for example. These are books that are really nice to spend some time reading and looking at the pictures. So they're really nice and well done books. Okay, so as well they're expensive, right? So you can see this is Eldar Ulfan. I like to. So we have a little bit of background of the different craft walls. Okay, the different singularities of each craft wall. Then we have the Avatar of Cain, and then they talk about the aspect warriors. Okay, you can see here the different aspect warriors. All this is background. Okay, the host of death. So I mean the Wraith Knights and the Wraith Lords and so on. And then we have a part that is talking about the Harlequins, as you can see here, with the different masks that we have on the Harlequins. And then there is also the Ynari. I forgot to mention the Ynaris are also included in this codex. Okay, we have the different, and then we have the Corsairs. Okay, so as I said, all Eldar except the Dvukari are here. Okay, Corsairs have both keywords, have Asuryani and Dvukari keywords, so they can go in both armies. Then we go to the showcase. You can see this is the new Jainsar. We have the new Magunra, but we still have some of the old. I hope they will renew these ones. I think they say that they will renew the War Spiders. I don't know. So there are some that really deserve some look, but you can see it's really nice. They're really nice miniatures. I would say the design of the Eldar is a type of design that is, yeah, it's passing the years and it's not looking outdated as others. I like a lot this one. So here we have the Avatar of Cain, really awesome miniature, and the Harlequin. So I have a Harlequin army. I don't have a Asuryani. I only have Eldar Ulfan. So here, yeah, you need, if you play Harlequins, you also need this book, okay? Because this is where you have the rules for the Harlequins, and you can see you have here all the Harlequins. And then here we have the Ynari and the Corsairs, okay? Really awesome new miniatures of the Corsairs. I think, yeah, I'm thinking to maybe to buy a box of these guys because they are really nice. And here we can see an example of a big army. Now we were going to see the Corsairs or Noah on all these displays. Okay, and then we go to the rules. yeah, so you can see they talk about the combat patrol, and they talk about the Asuryani, and then they say about the traveling players. So, and then there is a rule that you can put Harlequins in Drukhari or Asuryani army. Okay, you can put if you have a battle force, you can put a Harlequins patrol detachment in your army. Can have this ability, and the detachment with this ability is ignored. So what you put is you can put a detachment, a patrol of Harlequins, and it's not impacting your additional abilities that it requires all the army to be Asuryani or Drukhari. So it's quite, yeah, it's a way to include Harlequins that can be played now alone or as part of the Eldar or as part of the Drukhari. Then we go to the craft walls. Okay, we have Ulthwer, Alaitok, Bieltan. So the main craft walls we have Yanden, Siamhan, and then you can personalize your craft wall. Then you have the Ynari. So here you have the rules how to play the Ynari. So how the book works is, you see here these runes on the sides. So normally this is for craft walls, this is a rules for Ynari, and then we are going to see another rune that are rules for. This is an example how to play Ynari, how to organize your Ynari army. Okay, and then we have here the Harlequins rules. Okay, the Harlequins, they go now in this thing called Sidath, and you can be light, dark, or twilight. I can tell you light is the best, at least from my point of view, because the ability that it reaches each time an attack is made against a unit with this characteristic, if the model is more than 12 away, a modified roll of 1 to 3 for that attack fails, irrespective of any abilities that the weapon or the model making that attack have made. Okay, so it's really interesting, this one. And you also have the 4+ invulnerable save, right? So meaning that you reduce the effectiveness, so you only 25% of the opponent's shots will go through, without the wound. So even for the wound roll, 25% it's only passing, right? So it means that it's quite a good filter. Okay, and then there is rules to even make this even better. I think there is stratagems to make this even better. We have stratagems. Yeah, you can see the stratagems. You have to be. They are Asuryani. They are guardians. So this is for this stratagem and the shooting phase of the fight. When Asuryani, Harlequins, or Ynari unit from your army, excluding monsters, is selected as a target until the end of the phase, each time attack is made. So it's -1 to hit. So meaning that. No, suddenly, but this is a modified 1 to 3, right? So yeah, it's not clear to me because it's -1. Yeah. If they hit you in 3+, because it's telling you they modified, so this is not piling on this ability. It's modified, so it means that if you roll a 4, even if you need so. Yeah, for the Space Marines that you hit at 3+, it's not impacting too much. So it's, yeah. I mean, 1 to 3 is a fail, right? A 4 is a success. Even if you have the -1, doesn't mean you go to 5, right? Because if you impact on 3, right, the 4 is -1 is you impact on 4s, right? But the 1 to 3 is still a fail. So you roll a 4. It's not on a modified 3, so it's passing, right? 4 -1 is a 3, but it's not on a modified 3, so you are hitting anyway. So it's quite curious, but it's not piling. I think it's not piling from my point of view. We have as well the wide strike, so there is the typical, yeah, we have, and then we have here, you have a lot of stratagems, but you have to be careful because these are only for Harlequins mainly. You can see these are here Harlequins and Jesters. So this is the Harlequin page. Yeah, you can see here. Sorry, I forgot. This is the Harlequin page. This is the Drukhari, but you also have to be here because you also have some Harlequin here, right? Not many. Here you have also Harlequins. So there are some Harlequin stratagems as well on the general Aeldari stratagems. Okay. Then we have here all the exarchs, and they have their own powers. Okay, you can pay to additional powers to the exarchs, and you have a similar thing for the Harlequins. You can give additional powers to the two Master Digesters, Solitaires, and Shadow Seers. Asuryani chapter approved rules, and you have Harlequins. It's curious that they have 4 normally, and the armies only have 3, but it seems that the Asuryani have 4, and the Harlequins have 3 to choose from. Okay. We have the relics, and these are the relics for the Harlequins. Here I was wondering if there is anything that is piled on top of the other one. I think there will be a power. No, this is to give a 3+ in overall save, okay. Yeah, we have the Warlord traits and the Harlequin Warlord traits. Each time an attack make with, okay, each time a Warlord advances, do not make an advance roll instead, okay. Okay, once per turn, when you make a hit wound roll, you can roll. So they are not super powerful, the Harlequin's Warlord traits. We have as well all the Psychic disciplines, Phantasmacy, Rune, Battle, Runes of Fortune, Runes of Fate, Revenant Discipline. I think this is for the Corsairs, if I not go wrong. Okay, then we have the Crusade rules, and here the Crusade rules, I did not have time to read all of them, but you have a lot of Crusade rules in case you want to play with them. And of course you have to be careful because some are for Harlequins, some are for the Ynari, and yeah, you have different type of Crusade rules here, okay? And here are some examples of Crusade armies. Okay. Then we go to the data sheets, and here we are going to have, we have first the rules. So the Asuryani have the Craft Wall ability, of course, that we have talked before. They have the abilities, the Battle Focus, so they can advance and shoot. And they have the Favorite of Cain, and then they have the Strands of Fate, so they have all these rules. And then a similar thing for the Harlequins. We have the Sedat, then we have the Harlequins Panoply, so they have 4+ invulnerable, and then they can do, and then they have the Rising Crescendo, that they can do a charge even if they have advance, okay? And then you have the Luck of the Laughing God, that is very similar to this. It's a little bit different. So you can have rolls, so you roll a number of dice that you wanted depending on the size of the battle. So if it's a strike force, you can roll up to 3. It's all the rolls are different. You have rolls equal to the number of dice that you roll. If you repeat any of the dice, any of the scores, then you don't have 0 rolls. So I guess the best is to roll 2, is where you have 1 out of 6 of failing, but yeah, you have quite a good chances to have 2 rolls. I think it's the best choice. Normally rolling 2 dice. Then we have the avatar of we have the different data sheets, starting with the avatar and the farseer. So I will not go to all of them. But you can see there is a lot of characters here. Okay, all this is HQ. I like how they have put this decoration at the side. Then we go to troops, and to troops you see we have the Guardians, the Rangers, and Storm Guardians. And then we have as well in troops, but only if you play Wrath, that is, so you can, these guys are Aeldari, Wrath, Asuryani, and Vukari. I'm wondering because there is not Wrath HQ, so they will never fulfill, I think, unless I'm missing something. No, we are just one step to have the X rights. So these are like, no, is a Asuryani, I don't see any. No, there is not. So there is only these 2 units for the Corsairs. And then we have the Warlock and the Warlock Skyrunners, that is, this is Elite. Okay, and we have the Dire Avengers, the Fire Dragons, so all the Aspect Warriors that we all know. and we have the Wraith Blades and the Wraith Guard and the Wraith Lord. And then fast attack, the Wind Riders and the Vipers, the Shooping Hawks, the Wild Spiders. Thinking the Wild Spiders. The Shining Spears. I will not go through all the Shroud Runners. This is really, I have to see these miniatures that are really nice miniatures, very nice miniatures. War Walkers. We are known heavy support with the War Walkers, the Dark Reapers, the support weapons, the Falcon, the Night Spinner, and you will ask me where the Harlequins are at the end. Okay. The Fire Prism, and then Transport, the Wave Serpent. Then we have as flies the Crimson Hunter and the Helmet Wraith Fighter, and as Lord of War we have the Wraith Knight. We also have a piece of terrain that is the Wet Way. Then after the Asuryani we have the Harlequins, starting with the Tomb Master, Shadow Seer, and then we have the troops, and Zealot we have the Death Jester and the Solitaire, and as fast as like the Scape Weavers, the Void Weavers as a support, and the Star Weaver as a transport. And we have as well here the Ynari, who is the Ifrain, the Visarg, and the Incarn. Okay, remember that in Ynari they use the normal, they can use Drukhari or Aeldari troops. Okay, here we have all the weapon profiles as usual, and we have all the points here, and we have the same for the Harlequins. So they keep, it's like having two, as I said, it's having two codexes in one. I think it's a good move, meaning that we will not have new Harlequins or new units. I don't think it's needed, and I think it's if we go back to where we used to be in the past, right, where the Harlequins were part of the Aeldari or Eldar book. Okay, so this is all what you have here. So I hope you have enjoyed this review. It's just to show you the content. There is a lot of stuff here to talk about. I'm not expert on Eldar. I have some knowledge on the Harlequins because I played them. And that's all for now. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give a like if you have liked it, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching. See you again later. Bye.